able to get out tomorrow. Just talk a little bit about what you know.
It's been pretty tough so far, with the airports being closed. It's going to be tough for us to get out, but we have taken precautions and having our administrators to call to make sure that we're able to play the game at least. There's a possibility the game against Idaho will be played on Monday instead of the normal day on Thursday. We're not sure yet, but we're waiting on word.
Can I get you to hold this low for me so it's not anyone's shot?
Sure.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
You just have to practice, prepare like normal, no matter what game is Thursday or when the game's on.
Well, that'd be a little bit different because we want to make sure we're preparing in the proper manner. Because if it is, if we do play against Seattle first, we must make sure that we're focusing on Seattle. So it does kind of change things a little bit, keep us at limbo until we do know exactly who we're playing first. But we're prepared and ready to go.
Just talk about that. Is a tough road trip, regardless, isn't it?
It's tough.
Is that the toughest spoon of the WAC trip?
It is definitely the toughest to just get there, especially coming from Ruston and leaving from Monroe at such an early hour, getting up, getting on the bus at 5:15 in the morning, leaving out at 7, going through Houston and then San Francisco. It's just a lot you have to go through to get to where you got to get to. You're flying and then getting on the bus to get there. But we know the schedule. We know exactly what we have to do to get to the places where we need to play. You just have to prepare yourselves, get your mind and body ready to go.
What do you guys have to do mentally to recoup after how you guys lost that last game? It must be tough to just after a buzzer beater like that to regroup and get back on the court and say, you know what, another game's ahead and we have to push forward.
You're absolutely right. It's tough. Any athlete will tell you, beat me by 100, but not by 1. But you don't want to be beaten in any fashion. It was very difficult for our kids to lose in that way at home on your home court, and just the little things that we didn't do that cost us a win. And it's a learning lesson. Everything is a learning lesson. And I'm sure that you all have said, well, Coach, you've been saying it all season. But this is a learning lesson in the process. And our kids are learning from everything that they've experienced. And we can only get better as we move forward. And you have to continue to move forward. You have to remain confident. And our kids are remaining confident through every game. We don't take one game and say, oh, well, I got another one. We don't approach it in that manner. You take what you learn from that game to try to take it into the next one. And that's the positive thing, not playing a game saying, oh, well, I got another one. It's taking a lesson from one and taking it to the other.
Any specific lesson you take from the San Antonio game, any aspect of the game or anything specific like that?
Effort. You have to give effort every single night. And it's every minute, every possession, offensively and defensively. Your mental approach must be the same as it was before. You must share the basketball. We can't do it one-on-one. We have to do it as a team. That is the only way that we'll win. And that was a major lesson for us against San Antonio team that came in and played very hard. They played hard. And we have to match the effort of everyone else. We have to match the energy of everyone else. We've learned how important a quick start is and what it does for us and the energy that we give and the intensity that we play with when we come out mentally ready to go.
Do you sense, being the Texters program, national reputation, these teams are playing a little above their level? I mean, are they bringing a little more? Hey, here we are, Lady Texters. Is that entering into its spoon? Or?
Mr. Buddy, you are so right. Anytime someone's playing against Louisiana Tech, the Lady Texas basketball program, it's a bullseye on your back. And our kids have to understand that. It's the history of this program. That's like a championship game for every other team. And we have to realize that we have to come out and play hard. And every game is a championship game for us. Every possession is a championship possession. Every point is a championship point. Every defensive time we go down and play D, it's a defensive championship moment. And we have to understand that. We must bring the level of intensity, even more so than anybody else.
Was this close victory somewhat of a wake-up call for you guys? You think because you were so close to getting that victory this time, is it going to help you guys in the future?
Well, you're hoping that it makes you hungrier. It makes you go into practice and work on the little things that you didn't do. That's what you're hoping for. You want the kids to get better every day. And that's the most important thing. You don't talk win, win, win. You talk about giving the effort and the energy every day, and then all the other little things come. We don't want to just talk about the W's. We want to talk about how to get to the W's. That's the process. And when we learn how important that process is, W's will come.
Do you guys necessarily need someone to score in double figures to win a game? Because I know in the last game you didn't have someone. So in terms of, from your perspective, would you rather have a couple people dominate and be in double digits, or do you think you can win a balanced game where everyone's in single digits but everyone's contributing?
Now, I'm not going to say single digits now. You see single digits didn't do well for us, but it is a balanced attack. I'm not looking for one person to be 20 points and 30 points. It is a balanced attack for us in order for us to be successful. But as you can tell, and you take a look at stat sheets, it means something that we have to have people in double figures. And it means that it has to be everybody. Everybody that can contribute, they can. We have a group of young ladies that from top to bottom who can score. Top to bottom who can score. But it's a matter of putting the ball in the basket. It's a matter of remaining confident. It's a matter of putting that ball in your hands and being dominant. Not being passive, but being aggressive at all times that ball touches your hand. And we start to do that, and we do that with everyone on the same page, we'll be okay.
Will playing on the road make you more aggressive just because it's that you against the whole arena mentality?
It's really funny how that works. When you're at home, you have everybody for you, and you're in your home place where you practice all the time. But it's really funny how people work when you go on the road. There's less attention. It's just us. And that's what you focus on, is just us. And nothing else matters. And sometimes being on the road is the best thing for you to really gain that confidence again.
Is the learning experience, Spoon, the reason or one of the reasons for your inconsistency as a team? You beat Denver, then I don't need to rehash that, but is that part of it, what you're going through learning?
The learning process is a difficult process sometimes because you learn a different philosophy. You're learning things that you've never been taught. And that's a place where we are as well as a coaching staff. We're teaching some players things that they've never been taught. They've just been allowed to be athletes of great talent. So we're making sure that they understand the game. And however we have to go through that, we're going to go through that. How many bumps and bruises we have to take, we're going to take them until the kids learn the game, understand the game. And when you understand the game, your talent is going to be easy. That's going to be very simple because you understand the game. You understand the whys of the game and the when of the game and the how of the game. And when you learn that, the game becomes easy. So this is a learning process. Is it painful? Yes, it is. It's not painful for just the outside people. It's painful for our kids going through it. But they never stop working. And that's the one thing people have to see is they never stop working. But the one thing you have to have people to understand, especially loyal fans, and I repeat it again, loyal fans, is they are kids. So words need to be very careful with the way you choose your words to speak about children.
You talked about a balanced scoring attack. It seems like in the post sometimes it's not always there, especially back to the basket and maybe even on the defensive end as well. Are you starting to see some of that improvement from week to week?
Well, we're working our butts off to get it done. And those kids are working as hard as they can, doing everything we ask. And we see improvement. Whether anyone else sees it or not, we see the improvement, and that's what really matters. And we're going to continue to work on it. And as we progress in the season, everything will be much better for this team. We are not down and out. We're not lost. Our kids are still confident. We're still confident as a group. And together we know we can get it done.
Spoon, let's assume that we're going to play Thursday night against Idaho. Talk a little bit about Idaho.
A very good basketball team. I tell you, most people will take a look at what they've done in the past. But they've done a great job of building their program. They have a tremendous outside shooting guards. Their point guard is amazing. She can do so many things of making everybody around her so much better. And they work hard. They pound the boards. They get themselves set to take the shots that they know they can take and know that they can make. And they don't go outside of anything that they don't do well. And they defend. And when you go up against a team like that, you better walk into their house ready to go.